What's up, my YouTube friends? Yeah, I kinda have some problems with the lighting in this room, I think. Hope it's okay. But anyway, back in '82, remember when the movie Creepshow came out? It's this great collaboration between director George Romero, who was at that time famous for his zombie classics and other horror movies, and writer Stephen King, who was at that time famous for, well, being Stephen King, I guess. And it's this great combination of horror and comedy, and it's like 5 short stories based on the old EC horror comics from the 1950s. And well, most horror fans dig this movie. It's like, I like it. But then 5 years later, oh snap, it's Creepshow 2. And well, I recently saw it for the first time ever and didn't know what to expect beforehand, so I took a look at the Internet Movie Database to read some user comments. And there were like,
looks cheap, but so damn funny. Oh, a great sequel with plenty of gore and laughs. Oh, not as good as the original, but a treat and fun entertainment for any horror anthology fan.
So I thought, oh, that's going to be okay, but it's really bad.
This time George Romero wrote a screenplay based on stories by Stephen King and let the directing to his frequent cameraman Michael Gorniger. So yeah, what do we have?
3 stories, short stories, and well, I can summarize each of them in one sentence. First, we start off with Old Chief Woodenhead. A bunch of assholes, they rob a hardware store, and after that, the wooden statue that stands in front of the hardware store comes to life and gets revenge. So after that, the raft. Some stupid kids, they go to a lake to swim to this raft, only to find themselves being attacked by an oil slick or something. That sounds pretty... no. And finally, the Hitchhiker is another, well, it's a pretty original title. This dumb woman, she drives to a hitchhiker and then she decides to leave him there, go on, and well, later she's attacked by the same hitchhiker. Yeah. And in between we have the animated story of young Billy, but maybe I'll come back to that later. And well, if you think the story sounds bad, the actual parts in the movie are even worse. So let's take a closer look at the different stories.
So, the first story. You know, in one of the stories of the original Creepshow, we have the great Leslie Nielsen, may he rest in peace. But with Creepshow 2, we'll have to do with his naked gun boss and friend Ed Hogan, played by George Kennedy. Because in the first story he plays this super nice guy who owns a hardware store with his wife. But times are hard, of course, blah 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 blah. And then the chief Indian of the village or something brings some worthy stuff from his people. So that's pretty cool thing to do from the chief Indian. But of course, the chief has this asshole wannabe actor's son, and with some friends he decides to rob the hardware store. I really hate this fat guy. He's really like the most unlikable person ever. And that was probably on purpose, but still, I can't... So they trash the place, and after a while, the Indian guy, he kills the lady. At least I think he did. Took me a while to realize he really killed her, isn't that clear? But wow, that's pretty hardcore, didn't see that coming at all. Well, then you can also kill the man, doesn't matter anymore now. So they leave, and of course, what we saw coming from 1,000 miles away, the statue that stands in front of the hardware store comes to life. For no reason at all, but hey.
Yeah, well, you know, revenge can be this plot element in a film that can work really well, especially when someone really deserves it. And these guys are like the biggest assholes possible, so I really can't wait to see how the statue gets revenge. Yeah, it's going to be a big disappointment.
It really is. So first is the fat guy. Oh man, I really can't stand him. So... that's it. Next, this guy. You know, walking in the garage. Oh shit. That's it. Next, at least give this last guy, the Indian guy, an epic battle of action. Let's see.
What? Wait, he didn't even kill him, he just cuts off his hair? That's... Okay, second part. Story. And well man, I can't believe how bad this one is. What?
It starts off classic, you know, 4 teenagers who are heading to a lake to, I don't know, probably smoke weed or something. And then for some reason they're super psyched about this raft in the lake. So they make it out to be this huge adventure to swim to this raft. It's just a raft, what's so great about it?
Hey Pancho, how you doing?
So they all made it, but this one guy, he sees an oil slick or something and totally freaks out.
Have you ever seen a perfectly round oil slick before?
Well, the other guy's just being stupid and magically gets a dry joint even though he swam to the water. So we get some more wordless acting and awkward dialogue.
I can't get worried about it, man. I mean, no matter how hard I try, I just can't get worried about it. You know what I mean?
So, blah blah blah. And one of the girls is attacked by the oil, I guess, and gets devoured or something. And the rest, naturally, is very upset.
It ate Rachel. It ate her up, man. It fucking ate her up. What is this thing, Pancho?
I don't know.
So yeah, and then the next guy gets attacked. But as a viewer, you don't really care since he's just a douchebag. And yeah, this all makes no sense at all. There's no tension, nothing. You're really just waiting for everybody to get killed, so we hopefully get a decent last story. So the 2 remaining characters go to sleep, and the next morning the guy decides to, I don't know, touch or rape the girl. I mean, yeah, why not? Until she wakes up and, oh shit, whoa, well, another victim. So the last guy, he swims back to the land. But will he make it? Will he make it? Will he make it? Yes! No. Oh wow, that was bad. That was really bad. And this part ends with, I don't know, maybe they thought that there was one last punchline when the camera moves to this sign. No swimming.
Oh snap! Okay, last story.
It starts off with this couple, or well, as it turns out, this guy's a male prostitute, and this woman, I don't know, she's now late for an appointment or something. So she then hurries and talks a lot to herself, trying to come up with an excuse for why she is late for whatever she's going to be late for. So,
there's this wonderful guy. He charges $150, but that's for 6, count 'em, 6 orgasms.
that's pretty boring. And then, after a while, she runs into a hitchhiker. But she's like, yo, fuck that shit. I'm getting the out of here. So, later we see Stephen King in a small role as a truck driver.
What the fuck happened?
But it's pretty cool, but not super cool. So, back to the lady. She's still talking to herself a lot.
It was an accident, a legitimate accident.
And then she sees the hitchhiker again. Oh shit. So she's being attacked and tries to get away. You get that? Because that's going to happen like 1,000 more times. And that's basically the whole story. She drives into a forest, shoots him, runs him over. More talking to herself in between, of course.
I ran over some guy!
Driving him into a tree, and again, and again, and again, and again. Man, she's one messed up person. So she falls asleep or something, or passes out, and when she wakes up, she thinks it was all just a dream. But of course, this movie isn't written nor directed by Christopher Nolan, so it's not like we're going to get some smart plot twist or anything. So she arrives home and... yeah.
And that's it. That's Creepshow 2. Oh, well, there's still the animated story of young Billy, but it's so bad I don't even want to discuss it. So, in conclusion, it's pretty bad. Not in a so bad it's good way, more in a so bad it's boring way. So, yeah.